podcast Fashion Canes. This is Alicia. This is Season 6, Episode 6. My co-host with me today is Abby. Hey, Abby.
Hi there.
Okay, in my last podcast episode, I attempted to explain the condition called totally blind. In this podcast episode, I'm going to attempt to explain I'm going to attempt to explain light perception. Low vision is a different scenario than light perception, because if someone has light perception, they're blind. If someone has low vision, they may be legally blind or they may not be legally blind. Okay, because if someone has 20/70 vision or less, they are low vision. If someone has 2200 vision or less, they are legally blind, but they are also low vision. If someone has light perception, they are literally blind, because light perception is actually one level above totally blind. And people that have light perception can perceive light, but they don't perceive shapes or shadows or colors or objects or large letters. If someone has light and shadow perception, they are blind, because they see light and shadows. Light and shadow perception is one level better than light perception. So that's 2 steps away from being totally blind. And shadow perception is also the level that is 1 step below low vision. I hope that makes sense.
I think it does.
I mean, that can get pretty confusing for someone that's
sure.
sighted.
Oh, yeah.
It's a pretty complicated situation to try to explain.
I think you do a really good job at explaining it, though.
So light perception, the definition of light perception is the ability to distinguish light. The definition says the ability to distinguish light from dark. That's not exactly true. Light perception is the ability to detect the difference between light and the absence of light. The absence of light is not always dark. It could be, but it don't have to be. I'm going to attempt to give y'all some examples. Because I have a little bit of vision, and I'm grateful and very thankful I have a little bit of vision, I may not be the best person to try to explain light perception. I have a little bit of vision in my right eye, and I have light and shadow perception in my left eye. I know this video is going to turn out to look funny. I am not making funny faces at the camera on purpose. So if I make a funny face, just ignore it. Funny faces are not funny to me. They make no sense to me. I don't even understand why sighted people think they are hilarious. Abby, why do sighted people find them hilarious?
You know, I don't know.
They're not really funny, are they? They're not funny to me because I have never been able to see facial expressions.
Right, yeah.
You can see facial expressions. Are they funny to you, or are you just like, why do people laugh?
I think it depends on the facial expression and what the situation is like. So I would say that it's definitely a learned behavior. You know, like you don't instinctively like look at someone's facial expression and laugh at it, I would say.
never seen facial expressions.
Well, think of it like this. If I were to tell you a joke right now, verbally,
So knock knock.
who's there?
Ach,
Ach who?
bless you.
Ah, see? And why? Okay, is that funny to you?
A little.
There's the timer. Well, I would say it's a little funny based on like you have some context surrounding that joke, right?
Do people smile when they tell jokes?
Sometimes.
I've never seen a smile.
Well, you have a beautiful smile.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You wanna stop the treadmill?
I'm gonna finish this podcast episode first.
Okay, just making sure you're good.
The
Walking.
timer y'all heard in the background was to let us know that was the end of my time on the treadmill. I'm going to finish this video first. So, for those of y'all who can't see well or at all, I'm going to close my right eye and attempt to give examples of light perception. So, with my right eye closed, I can tilt my head back and see that there's a light up there and over there. So like, almost like straight out in front of me and over to the right. And if I turn my head a little to the left, I can see a little bit of light over on the left. If I stand a few feet away from a mirror, with my left eye, I can see some light reflection. Or if I take my hand and move my hand in front of my face, back and forth from right to left. Sighted people, do not try this if you see a visually impaired person. It's very rude. I'm only doing this for context purposes. So if I move my hand back and forth in front of my face, with my right eye closed, my left eye open, I don't see the hand, but I see the shadow. Or, here's an example. So I'm walking on the treadmill right now. If I tilt my head down, with my right eye closed and my left eye open, I can see a little bit of a reflection of light right here, like on the handlebars. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Or if, I'm trying to give another example. It don't have to be the movement of hands for me to see shadows. It's basically shadows in general. So, do you mind being seen in a video?
No, I think they've already seen me.
I'm trying to give a good example. Why don't you walk out this way across in front of the treadmill?
Okay.
So Abby stood up and she's gonna walk in front of the treadmill for my blind and low vision subscribers.
Okay.
So she's walked in front of the treadmill and like I can see like a shadow out of my left eye. It's like there's no person, there's no object, there's no color, there's no shape, it's just shadows. I hope that wasn't too confusing. Okay, I have both eyes open now. That's the best examples that I can think of to give. I wish I could have given better examples. If you can see light or shadows out of one or both eyes, then please make your own video that attempts to explain what it's like to have light perception or light and shadow perception. Anyway, that's what light and shadow perception is like. It's like you can see a shadow. It can be still or it can be like in motion. some people can see light, but they don't see shadows. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah. It's possible to have light perception without shadow perception.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody has shadow perception without light perception. Okay, I just stopped the treadmill to get off. I hope this podcast episode was not too confusing. Thank you for watching this podcast episode.